up, guys? Jeff here with Always Been, doing a fishing report for the last week of April here. I'm going to cover inshore and offshore and just tell you guys what's been going on recently here. So I'm going to start with the back bays. Have been pretty consistent these last couple days. Like a week ago, right after the full moon, it was really good fishing. But it's kind of slowed up a little bit here, but not as awesome as it has been. And I think that's going to change up, probably on the moon phase. Probably the next moon phase, it'll probably change. The 50 bridge is getting good. My buddy Jim right here, you can see, caught a 40-incher the other night, a couple other 30-some, 35. So that was a really good night. He said he had probably 10 or 15 fish there. The fishing pier, not really much going on there yet. You probably start picking some flounder up on the right tide. Another thing I wanted to cover about the back bays, the Assateague. I went over to Assateague yesterday with the family and I just actually waded around and caught some stripers while I was wading around. It was sight casting. Absolutely incredible opportunities for sight casting these stripers right now on Assateague. Take your boat, get back in a good spot, and just go through the shallows. And if you need to, just anchor your boat and there's a lot of sand over there. So you can just anchor your boat up and walk around in waders or just your bare feet. The water's warm enough. It was almost 70 degrees yesterday. Kids were completely in it. So either way, really good opportunities for sight fishing. I'm sure the specks, I actually saw 3 or 4 specks as well yesterday, and I didn't get that. I couldn't get them to bite, but one of them was really nice. But on grass beds, on ledges, on flats. If you find a flat, find like a ledge on that flat, and if it's got grass on that flat, that's where these trout are sitting. They're just cruising these edges right now and looking for pickup bait, in these spots. So good opportunities right now for sight casting. Awesome opportunities for fish at the 50 bridge if you want to stand from shore there. The inlet also, the North Jetty, has been producing some fish, and the fishing pier should start turning on here pretty well. Very good opportunities, back bays right now. The tog bite is good. Any sort of rock structure or any sort of man-made structure is producing tog right now. Sticky Beach, the North Jetty, the South Jetty, the 50 bridge, and then we got sea bass season coming up very soon, within a couple weeks. Everybody's chomping at the bit to get rocking in May, so that's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that. We're all looking forward to that. As far as the offshore game, it's going to be. I may even try to go down and run to that water south of the Norfolk if it keeps coming this way. But we're going to run to that water any day now. As soon as it gets within, either gets to the canyon or gets within, 70 miles, I'm going to run. I just don't set, either the Norfolk or 70 some miles, either or, whatever comes first. But my opinion for this year overall offshore is going to be a really good fishery. With the consistent north wind we've had, these fish, it's really keeping the Gulf Stream to the south, which last year it was rocketing, northeast. So it's not doing that this year. It's actually getting, it's coming up just past the Cape in North Carolina to, maybe a little bit north of Norfolk, 1,500 fathoms, way out there. And it's actually curving back down and coming back down rather than, last year it just went woo, straight up. This year it's going, dipping back down and then going back up, which I think is a very good thing for us here in the Mid-Atlantic, even, Southern Jersey, Middle Jersey, and even New Yorkers will still be able to get on this action. This is all hypothetical, but this is my feeling and my opinion for this year. I think New York will still even be able to get on the action. I think just east of there is going to have, unless they're running really far east, unless you're, Nantucket and you're running to Hydrographer Canyon or east of that, I think there's going to be some fish up there. But I think, between the Hudson and the Hydrographer, it's going to be a little bit more difficult this year than it was last year. That's my opinion. It could, I'm wrong all the time. So don't, take that as the gospel. Those are just some indicators that, when the wind's blowing north and keeping the current, the Gulf Stream at bay, those fish are naturally not going to go north. So things are really heating up here. It's a really exciting time of year. I'm chomping at the bit to get on these tunas. I cannot wait. I'd like to have a possibility of getting the first one this year. So I'm really keeping an eye on things. Everything's feeling good, looking good. Yeah, so the inshore bite as well has been incredible. Like I said, so there's a lot of stuff to come do. The beach bite, the black drum's still around. Stripers in the surf, bigger stripers in the surf. So there's a lot of stuff to come down here and do right now as far as fishing. Like I said, Assateague is such a hidden gem. The backside and the ocean, it's just awesome fishing back there. So get out there, get your rod bent, and I hope you guys enjoyed this report, got something out of it. Please like, subscribe, follow. Also going to drop in a little informational piece I was just doing down at the end of my road last night, just showing you guys how I like to fish points. You know, when I get to a new area, how I like to fish. These are the things that I will do when I get to a new area and fish. So I hope you guys enjoy, and until next week, stay tuned. All right, I'm gonna do a quick always been insider video inshore fishing. So here's what we're working with. We got current moving right to left here, and there's a couple different ways that I would fish it. I'm gonna fish this. So I'm gonna throw it out straight in front of me out here, and I'm gonna sweep it from right to left. Try that. And then if I don't get bit, obviously I'm just gonna keep trying different things. And then also, so what I'm gonna do next, plan two, throw straight into the current. Current's moving, you know, this way. I'm gonna throw over here and run it right along with the current. Just, you know, steady retrieve in. And then I also like to try throwing against the current and makes your bait fish look like he's swimming into the current and struggling. So those are really the three ways to fish it. I'm gonna, you know, show you guys each way. First is the sweep, straight out in front of you, and you want to sweep it with the current. You want to throw it maybe 10 degrees into the current. So straight out in front of you, maybe a little bit to your right. Line down, get it straightened out, and then I jig it a couple times to like get it set, get the slack out, and then slow retrieve, bounce up, reel down. That's a sweep. Bounce up, reel down. That's all sweep is. Makes your bait, your lure look like it's going into the, up and down in the current. Okay, so now I'm going to try one straight into the current here. And these you got to run it a little faster or you'll hit the bottom because it's going to want to sink with the current. Steady retrieve. That's all I'm doing. Steady retrieve, couple jigs every now and then. Sure my line. Oh, there he is! I got him right there, boys. That's a good fish too. Showing you guys on camera what I do. Catch these fish, and he hits it. That's hilarious. So into the current seems to be the trend tonight, at least right now. Got it off you, buddy. I'm trying to help you here. Cool, buddy. All right, so into the current seems to be the trick tonight. Got my weedless on. Throwing a weedless. It's so weedy this year. Well, that's pretty cool. So, I mean, I was going to show you guys. I'll show you the other way too. So throw against the current. Now, I let that sink when it gets out there a second. And then this is just, I like to keep reeling the entire time while I jig on the return back. Seems like they want it in the current. All right, give them what they want. I like to give the people what they want too.